Hello guys and welcome, my name is Arron Cooper. Welcome to a brand new video here today upon my channel guys. Today I've got a best class setup video that I want to share with you all, and this is on the Karma-45 SMG within Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. Obviously in multiplayer I use this weapon quite a lot on my Xbox One account and my PlayStation 4 account. And I see it's a great weapon to use and I have a lot of fun using it. So I thought to myself recently, do you know what? I'm going to make a best class setup video on this to show you guys what I like to use upon this weapon when I'm dominating with a multiplayer. So first of all, when it comes to this best class setup, you don't need to have any specific variants. You can use any variant you want. You can use a normal version, the standard version, a common, a rare, a legendary, or even an epic. It's up to you guys. The variants don't matter when it comes to the setup. It's all about what you equip to your gun and what perks you use. But I like to use a specific variant for my best class setup, and it's called the Phobos. The Phobos is an epic variant of this weapon, and it comes with two unique, awesome abilities. And these abilities are, guys, is Rushdown, which obviously greatly reduces the spread when jumping and sliding. And the second ability is called Sharpshooter. Sharpshooter is basically increases the damage range when stacked with a rifled barrel. And now let's move into the attachments and what I like to use. I don't like to use any optics on this weapon. I do love the iron sights on this weapon, but it's up to you if you wish to equip an optic, then you can do, but me personally, you don't need to. I see it as the iron sights do the trick as it is. But for the attachments, we've got Quick Draw, which allows you to basically aim down sight a lot more quicker. It's a custom grip for fast aiming down sights. So obviously what this will be used for, in case you didn't know guys, is that when you're going into gunfights on Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, I see it as you're going to be able to aim down sight a lot more quicker and lock onto your enemy a lot more quicker. So if you and an enemy are coming face to face, and he hasn't got a Quick Draw, he's going to have like a slow time aiming down sight to try and lock onto you. But if you've got a Quick Draw, you'll be instantly aimed down sight and being able to just literally automatically lock onto him if he's in your range of sight, and boom. You can just take him down nice and easily before he's even had a chance to lock onto you. And for the second attachment, we got Stock. Stock is a very useful attachment I like to use on certain classes, not all classes. But what it does, guys, when you're aiming down sights, it's going to allow you to move left and right and be able to lock onto multiple enemies a lot more quicker. Because normally when you've got, say for example, you've got 3 enemies in a room in front of you. They don't know where you are, and the seat is you're coming behind them. So if you haven't got a stock on, you're going to have a slow time aiming down sight to lock onto each one of them enemies. You're going to be moving slowly whilst aiming down sights. With stock, that doesn't happen. With stock, you're going to be able to aim down sights using, obviously, your Quick Draw. And then with stock, you're going to be able to go bang, bang, bang. Just going to be able to lock onto them nice and easily because you're going to be able to move quickly when moving left or right whilst aiming down sights due to stock. And then for the third attachment, we've got Laser Sight. Laser Sight reduces the bullet spread when firing from the hip. And obviously, if you do a lot of hip firing with SMGs in Infinite Warfare, this is why you need a laser sight, because it's going to help you to keep your shots on target and help you to, you know, get a couple of them cheeky hip fire kills when you need them. And obviously, if I remember correctly, inside Infinite Warfare, there's a few camo challenges that you need regarding hip firing. So as he says, you never know, might help you with that, okay? Now let's move it into the secondary weapons. So see, it is normally I don't tend to use many secondary weapons on my classes, but for this one, I find because the Karma-45 does run out of ammo a lot more quicker, I like to have a backup secondary weapon to help me in case I do need it. So something I can switch to a lot more quicker. So as it is for my secondary weapon, like I said guys, it doesn't matter on what variant you use. I like to use an epic version, an epic variant I should say, of the Karma-45, and it's called the Cartel. And this gives me 2 great abilities. The first one's called Hit and Run, which has increased the movement and speed when aiming down sight. So obviously it's going to help you to increase your movement speed when you're running whilst you're aiming down sight. So if you want to run around a corner, quickly aim down sight, carry on moving a bit, you're going to be able to catch up with your enemy and take him down with this weapon. But like I said, I only tend to use it when I've run out of ammo or if I need to quickly switch to a weapon in order to kill someone. And then for the second ability, you got Stability, which basically reduces the recoil when it's stacked with a foregrip. But for this, guys, like I said, I don't use any attachments upon this pistol. As it is, I just love it as a backup weapon in case I need it. Anyways, let's move into the lethals now. For lethals, I like to use something that really does annoy a lot of people within multiplayer, especially on hardcore. When I play hardcore game modes upon my Xbox One account, because I don't tend to play much upon my PlayStation 4 account, I see it as there's one thing that really does annoy my enemies, and it is a dark hole projector, which is basically like a dark hole grenade. You throw it down, it sucks enemies up, and a lot of people get really annoyed. I can literally tell you some of the things I do get told by a lot of people when I use these, when I'm taking down a couple of people. People have called me a hacker. People have been telling me that, you know, I'm destroying their KD ratio and stuff. And Asitas, you can have a lot of fun with it, trust me. You can get yourself some cheeky kills, especially if enemies are all in one particular room trying to camp and lock down the area. If it is like, say for example, you play Domination and there's a flag there, and there's a few enemies on that flag, chuck it down, boom, all the enemies are going to get sucked right up, and you're going to get yourself a couple of cheeky kills. So that's why I like to use it. And then for my perks now, I've got Dexterity. Dexterity allows me to reload and switch weapons a lot more quicker, because obviously when I'm using these weapons, I want to be able to reload quickly in case I'm in the middle of a gunfight, run into cover, reload my weapon quicker, and then run back out to carry on that gunfight. And obviously if my weapon, say for example my Karma-45 runs out of ammo, I need to switch it, with Dexterity I'll be able to switch it a lot more faster. And then for my perk 2 slot, I've got Tracker, which basically allows you to see the recent enemy trails even when they are cloaked. So if an enemy has been near me recently, and let's say for example I've entered into a room and they ran out the back door, and I see they were there like literally seconds before I was, I'll be able to see their basically footprints on the floor and be able to see exactly where they've gone to. So I can follow that little trail of footprints, sneak up behind the enemy, take him down, and carry on with my gun streak. And then for my third light perk now, guys, we got Dead Silence, which obviously speaks for itself. It's something that's going to keep you really hidden on the map when you're moving around, and it keeps your footprints and your boost movements silenced. And as it is, so no one's going to know when you're boost jumping, no one's going to know when you're running around, and it's going to keep you hidden at all times. The only time they will know where you are is if they've got a UAV on, or if they hear your weapon, or if they're near you, for instance. But other than that, they don't know where you are, so it's going to keep you nice and hidden. But anyways guys, hopefully this best class setup helps you guys out when you are playing Infinite Warfare multiplayer. If you would like me to do even more best class setups in the nearby future, then let me know. Leave some comments down below in the comments section. Hope whatever you do today makes you stay safe and enjoy yourself, and I'll see you all again real soon upon another brand new video.